Everyone, today's video is going to require us putting on those thinking caps, using the noggin, which I do not use that often, and trying to narrow down the day the Nintendo 3DS truly died. Let's get into that. What is going on, everyone? It's Ty here, and today I'm going to be trying, with all of you, trying to narrow down the day the 3DS died. Now, if we're being realistic here, the day the 3DS died was when the Switch came out. Nintendo tried to keep it alive, but they pretty much failed. They really did try. They were avid about saying, hey, no, we're going to keep both systems. So aside from the day that, it ended production and all this stuff, let's see if there's a time we can narrow down where 3DS truly lost its touch and kind of faded into irrelevance compared to the Switch. So I have a list of the first party Nintendo output here with me. We're gonna start in 2016, which is before the Switch came out. The Switch is 5 years old, came out in 2017, March 13th, 2017, I think. Could be wrong. But yeah, so we have a list here of 2016 games. Already some heat, like Mario and Sonic the Rio Olympics. Let's back it up a tiny bit and go to 2015. 2015 was actually a pretty good year for the 3DS. So we got Majora's Mask 3D. I have personally not played it, but I mean, it is an impressive remake of the game. I do remember playing the instruments because you can get instruments and play them. I thought that was really cool. People did a lot of cool videos with that, actually. And then also Xenoblade Chronicles 3D. 2015 I think was the year we also got the new 3DS. I'm pretty sure, and that would make sense for Xenoblade Chronicles 3D. Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix, often titled one of the best rhythm games, especially for the 3DS. Fire Emblem Fates, love it or hate it, it was a big entry for the series. But then we got Happy Home Designer, which to a lot of people is I think I've heard people like it, but it's not people want a new Animal Crossing. That's not it. Ultimate NES Remix. It's kind of like a downgraded port in a way of the Wii U one, if I'm not mistaken. Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. I know people love that stuff, so it's not my thing, but people like it. Then we also got Chibi Robo Ziplash. People hate that game. It's not actually Chibi Robo. Pokemon Rumble World. I thought it was alright. I like Pokemon Rumble on the Wii a lot. Mario & Luigi Paper Jam. People said it was average. Triforce Heroes. People hate on, but it's fun. It's actually really fun. It's a good co-op game. And then we got two Dragon Quest games, big hits. We got Yokai Watch Blasters. 2 people played that, 5 people bought copies. That game is so expensive right now. So I mean, and then this game. Overall, it's a mix of some really good stuff on here, I think, but also some kind of software. But that could be said for about every year for the first party Nintendo published games. We do have some download games though. Box Boy is a big one. It spun 3 other games and a really expensive amiibo. Pokemon Shuffle, another big game. A lot of people play that. Tipping Stars, I played this a little bit. I saw it was up here too. I played it a little bit. I don't know. I don't really care for it too much. Stretchmo, I'm pretty sure the consensus is good. I know people like Pushmo. And Pokemon Picross. I mean, nothing crazy here. Dr. Mario Miracle Cure. That's not something really crazy either, but it's cool. Overall, pretty good year, I'd say. But nothing crazy, nothing that bad. Let's move on to 2016 here. 2016. This is a year before the Switch comes out. Alright, so we got Mario and Sonic Rio Olympic Games. It's whatever, fun mini game type game. Art Academy, sure people like that. Kirby Planet Robobot. Now that is a certified 3DS classic. That is a great game. Shovel Knight makes its way on here. Cool way to play Shovel Knight. I do have Don't know if I have the one with everything on it or not on the 3DS, but I do remember playing Shovel Knight actually, and 3D effect is cool. I went back to look at the 3D effect because in a video I mentioned Shovel Knight and I was unsure if it even used it. It does, and it is pretty cool. Super Mario Maker for Nintendo 3DS. This is probably like the biggest why did Nintendo make this. I have a video, actually, I don't think a lot of people saw. It was kind of before a lot of people started coming in. Maybe if I remember, I'll put an I on the top, and if you want to go check that out, it's one of my earlier videos, so it's probably a little bad, but I still like that video. It's kind of a little bit of a spiel about why did Nintendo make this. So that's kind of so far that's like one of the worst things on here. Why is Shovel Knight on here twice? I skipped a little too far. I saw Shovel Knight, I was like, oh, Shovel Knight. Called Sub Revolt. I've seen so many of these sealed for about $40. Like, I've never heard anything about it. I think it's by NIS. So Metro Prime Federation Force, another kind of game people went at. I feel pretty confident in saying that it's a good game if you have friends to play with, but part of the problem is it's a Metroid Prime game that isn't Metroid Prime, or at least doesn't have a focus on Samus, which people wanted at the time. You know, it's been a while. At the time, it's been a while, and for that to be like the first time back in the spotlight is a little disappointing. Mario Party Star Rush, it's okay. I don't really think any of the sadly, none of the Mario Party games on the 3DS are as good as the one on the DS. This is a big one though. Pokemon Sun and Moon was a pretty big shakeup for the Pokemon series, so yeah, that's pretty good. The Animal Crossing New Leaf Welcome Amiibo must have got a physical release this year. I don't remember when that came out, but you know, still hashing New Leaf out there, I guess. Say what you want about it. New Leaf is good, but you know, I would be a little burnt out on just trying to keep consuming the same game at that point. Miitopia, that's a pretty big one, I would say. Got a good facelift on the Switch. Adds a lot of new features, especially the customizing Miis, so clearly Nintendo sees something in this whole Mii franchise. I don't know what that game is. Yokai Watch 3, the 3 stands for how many people actually own this game. Sadly, it didn't do very good here, and I think it's one of the most unique. But it's not a bad game, though. I heard people really like it, so, you know, it's still good content being put out. Monster Hunter Stories, this is another game people really like. It is kind of hard to get, didn't do very good. That's the thing about a lot of the later 3DS titles. Not doing too good sales wise. So, you know, financially you could already say that around here is when the 3DS died, because sales started falling hard. I mean, like Monster Hunter Stories is like an $80 to $100 3DS game. Didn't get a lot of print. Same with Yokai Watch 3. It didn't get a lot of print. It's pretty expensive, like $200, $300 if you want a physical one. I know, just emulate Forehead. You don't gotta keep telling me, guys. I trust me, I am well aware. Hyrule Warriors Legends. One of those weird, why did they take this from the Wii U and put it on 3DS? But it does add, I believe, Botox Media points this out a lot. It does add one of the best features, the ability to switch between characters. So, you know, props to that. I've actually played this on here, and it's okay. It's kind of weird. It's kind of impressive they got it to run on the normal 3DS models. You know, it's not just on the new 3DS. Oh, sorry. Bravely Second End Layer, sequel to Bravely Default, I believe? Or is it Bravely... Yeah, Bravely Default. I don't know. I don't know the Bravely series that well, so I've never played any. Now I'm going back to Tipping Stars. I feel like I might have gotten it confused with the Amiibo game. I don't know if I ever played Tipping Stars. I don't even know if Tipping Stars released here. That might be the Japanese one, but I'm not sure. Not sure. I just noticed that down at the bottom here. That's not on screen yet. You know, for download titles, we didn't get anything that really crazy. This is the game that I didn't really care about. I'm pretty sure the free online download one. Metroid Prime Blast Ball was actually kind of cool. People talked about it pretty good amount. This must have been the year we actually got Box. Oh no, this is the sequel, Box Boy. And then we got Zelda Picross right here. Yeah, nothing really crazy for the download only. Now, 2017, the Switch has released very early on. Let's take a look. This is when I remember 3DS being very odd. You can already tell the list is pretty short, so you can kind of guess Nintendo was phasing out. This is Nintendo published, but most of the stuff on here, by the looks of it, I would assume would be a solid... No, never mind. I'm not going to say that. Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World. Yoshi's Woolly World on the Wii U is a great looking game. It is not on the 3DS. It looks okay, but the Poochie content is pretty good. That Poochie amiibo, oh my goodness. It is rare. It is a rare amiibo and is cute. It is so cute. I actually have it. I'm looking at it. I can't see it, obviously. I have it on my shelf though. It's pretty cool. It's a weird port. They're definitely trying to like get that money out of the games they made on the Wii U on the 3DS, and that's a theme we're about to really start seeing here. Mario Sports Superstars. This game is not... I don't even know. Here's the thing. Mario Sports Superstars is just Mario and Sonic at the Olympics without the Sonic characters, way less mini games, and just not as fun. Just not as fun. It's pretty generic. Then we have Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valentia. I have never finished this one, but a lot of people say it's really good. So it is it is good quality 3DS game. So far we got 2 in this year. Ever Oasis is another game people are like, this is a hidden gem on 3DS. It didn't sell too well. A lot of these games actually didn't sell too well, and we'll see that theming. Hey, Pikmin is a game people are like, this is not Pikmin, because it's not Pikmin. Some people kind of wonder if it killed the franchise. I mean, clearly they ported Pikmin 3 to the Switch, so that totally did. That totally did. I don't know why I keep yawning as I'm talking. I'm not even that tired. Metroid Samus Returns, a really good 3DS game. I always get confused if I finish this or not. I don't know. I know I played a good amount of it, but I can't find my copy at the moment. It's somewhere in my house, so there's that. But yeah, this is a weird case. A lot of these things people started saying, why isn't this on Switch? Why isn't this on Switch? They're talking about Switch games. Like when this was announced, I'm pretty sure they were talking about Switch stuff. And so it's like, just put it on the Switch. I don't know. It's very, very odd. Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions. This was kind of the start of the end for Alpha Dream. Didn't do very good. Like one of the lower selling Mario games. Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Probably some of the best 3DS Pokemon experience you can have. So much content to do on there. So it's quality game. Kirby Battle Royale. I've yet to play this. That's all I really got to say. It does get a sequel on the Switch. I'm pretty sure that's the sequel to that game. Mario Party: The Top 100. Kind of. It's okay. It's just a mini game collection, really. I don't know. It's not really great. Nothing to write home about. And then the download. I don't know what you want me to say here. I know people like Kirby Clash. I'm pretty sure people like that. Pretty sure there's a sequel to Clash as well, isn't there? So yeah, and then we get to, I gotta kind of fix the cropping on here real quick, but we get into 2019. Look, 2019 and 2018, they both fit on screen. So, take that as what you will. It's actually really funny. They both easily fit. 2018, we get Detective Pikachu, which again is like, why were they making this on there? Like, that type of game, like a visual novel game, probably would have been pretty good on the Switch. I mean, it's not a visual novel, but it's a lot. It's a story-driven game, from my understanding. It's a detective game. Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers. I've never played that. Sushi Striker: The Way of Sushido. Now, this is, out of like all these games, this is like the only one aside from Fire Emblem Warriors, which did we talk about Fire Emblem Warriors? Oh yeah, in 2017. Yeah, we did. Did we? Yes. No. I don't see it on here. Well, Fire Emblem Warriors releases some point in here. That's odd that's not on there. But I digress. Maybe Nintendo didn't publish it? I thought they did, though. Pretty sure they did. I don't know why it's not on there, but it wasn't that crazy of a port. So other than that, though, this is Sushi Striker: The Way of Sushido is like the only 3DS and Switch game we got, and it's probably more suited for the 3DS due to the touchscreen, because so you can match stuff easier. But it's not. I don't really think it's that great. It's quality. It's very visually nice, but I don't know. It's kind of weird. WarioWare Gold is honestly one of the best 3DS games, in my opinion. I think a lot of people like it. It's definitely the best WarioWare game. Luigi's Mansion. This is a big, another, like, just like Metroid Samus Returns. People go, why was this not on the Switch? Why did they not remake this for the Switch? This would have been great to have on the Switch, and we still haven't even gotten it, which is the crazy part. And another crazy thing, the Switch is a big multiplayer-focused console, and this game adds multiplayer. It's so confusing. It's so confusing, even after all these years. And then 2019, we have literally 3 games. Mario & Luigi's Bowser Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey kills Alpha Dream, one of the worst selling Mario games. It's pretty rare now, or pretty expensive. It's probably not like super rare in terms of like how many copies have been minted, but it's also not common. Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn, pretty rare game as well. Pretty expensive. This is an actual rare game. I don't see this one pop up too often online. I mean, you can find it easily, but I think there weren't a ton of copies printed for it. It's probably about like $100 game. It's another weird, like, if you're gonna do this, why put it on a 3DS? It's kind of odd. And then Yokai Watch 3. It's funny, all these games are actually pretty expensive. Yokai Watch 3 being like the most expensive right now as I'm making this video. So if we take a look back, this is actually a pretty quality year. Honestly, the 3DS doesn't really have a year where it's just like no quality. There's always quality. But if we're truly going to pin a point where the 3DS like actually started dying, I would honestly probably point it after Pokemon. I'm not saying Kirby Battle Royale kills the 3DS. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is Kirby Battle Royale, like, it's not a mainline Kirby game. Mario Party Top 100, it's barely a Mario Party game. Detective Pikachu, it's a Pokemon spin-off. I don't think we got this physically here. I don't know why. This must be for like other countries too. It's not a, I can't remember. There's like a Dylan game, one of those. There's a game. I mean, do people like it? I guess I can quickly check that out. I can't remember if people like this one. There's no real detailing on the reception of it. But I digress. Moving on here. Sushi Striker, it wasn't really actually that much of a praised game. WarioWare Gold, it was a praised game, and actually it uses the 3DS, and it feels like, okay, this game maybe could only be on 3DS. Would have been cooler on Switch, but they use the microphone. It makes good use of the 3DS, but I really would like a WarioWare game that does more with the Joy-Con, and we still haven't gotten that yet, actually. And then Luigi's Mansion is another case of it's okay, but why is this not on the Switch? Like the theme throughout these games afterwards is like, this would have been much more suited for the Switch. And I think after like could this game right here been on the Switch? Yes. Could this game right here been on the Switch? Yes. Like literally, I mean, you could say that for all of them. But you know, this was 2017, the Switch just came out. So, you know, you could say, okay, I guess they're just trying to finish off their 3DS line. Maybe you could theorize, maybe this is supposed to come out a year earlier. Or maybe they were trying to keep it alive from the start at the Switch. Who really knows? But I do think after Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, which, you know, is another example, could have been on the Switch, but it wasn't. You start getting titles on the 3DS that genuinely feel like they don't truly belong. There are a lot of like remakes or ports, and I mean, you're getting remakes and ports throughout the, I mean, even the start of 2017, this is a port. It's kind of hard to put into words what I'm saying here. Starting after Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, you're getting less 3DS feeling experiences and more so just games. I think a lot of 3DS games feel like an experience for the 3DS compared to, I mean, okay, sometimes when I'm playing a Switch game, you know, Breath of the Wild, great game, but in theory, I feel like any company can make something like this. There are 3DS games where it's like, oh, I don't know what other console would be able to do this. I think that's a good example of WarioWare Gold. WarioWare Gold is a 3DS experience. It's kind of on the cutoff, but it does make use of everything 3DS can do aside from 3D. And I just think that this is, after this game, Nintendo is just putting out games to try to get people to buy instead of true 3DS experiences, and that's part of why people lost interest. People saw things more as, why is this not on the Switch, instead of, oh, that's a fun 3DS game. And that's what led sales to decline. Switch sales were rising, though. I mean, there was a point in time where Breath of the Wild was outselling the Switch on the Switch. There was like a 1.01 like attachment rate, which is pretty crazy to even have a 1-to-1 attachment rate. But yeah, so this is my opinion. After Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, 3DS truly died. You know, like I said in the beginning, realistically, after the Switch was announced, 3DS was pretty much doomed, but they weren't making 3DS experiences anymore. They weren't making a reason why to buy the 3DS. They were making games for the 3DS, but none of them were really anything that felt like you couldn't get that experience elsewhere. And for the most part, it's true. Like, a lot of the games are ports or nothing really that special. Special games like Mario 3D Land, or like really big IP revivals like Kid Icarus Uprising, but something like that would feel like it would belong more on the Switch. Nothing was really making use of the 3DS aside from like WarioWare Gold. Yokai Watch 3, if it had released on the Switch, maybe it would have gotten a bigger... early on the Switch, people were looking for stuff to play. The Switch's launch lineup wasn't that crazy, so could have really helped that series too. Anyways, though, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think there's a different time when the Switch died, or the 3DS died, not the Switch. Switch isn't dead yet. Or is it? No, it's not. But yeah, let me know if you have a different opinion on when the 3DS died. I really think after Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon is when things started to fizzle out and Nintendo just kind of accepted the death of the 3DS. That all being said, thank you so much for seeing the end of this video. I hope you found it interesting. Hope you learned something. Hope I entertained, because that is what I am here to do. And until next time, everyone, I'm fighting for that Mario Party, the top 100 3DS port to the Switch. Let's go. Let's get them.